To start a company, you are either stupid or arrogant. You're stupid or you're arrogant. 85% of companies fail. 85. You've either started a company because you're not familiar with that statistic, you're not aware that most companies fail, or you think you're better than 85% of people who have started a company. I thought we are building the thing that's going to change the world. So if I had a narrator for this story, this is when he would say, it was at this moment that he realized he fucked up.
Fckup nights got started as most good things in life, meaning with friends and tequila.
This is Pepe Villatoro. He co-founded Fckup Nights in Mexico City 7 years ago.
One day, 4 friends and I were having too many tequilas, I guess, I don't remember correctly. And we had this conversation along the lines of, why is everyone talking about the Bill Gateses of the world? And we decided to change the topic. We said, what if we shared our most relevant failure?
With a provocative name and a concept that clearly struck a chord, Fckup Nights has grown into a global movement with local chapters in 338 cities. So Freethink went to an event in Richmond, Virginia to see what it was all about.
People are way more comfortable saying fuck than they are talking about failure. The one F word is way tougher than the other, and failure sucks.
We don't tell the sort of redemption story. So our stories follow an arc that says, we hit a little bit of a challenge and we go down a road of despair and we stop there.
I started a company called Painless 1099. The basic premise of Painless is we built a smart bank account for independent contractors. Anytime you got paid by a client, your money hit your Painless account. And as soon as it hit, we'd calculate your taxes, we'd separate your benefits, we'd put all of those aside, and then send whatever was left to your personal checking account. Badass concept, right? Like fucking awesome. We got hand claps, yeah. So we thought so too.
So many people are sitting on the fence, right? And I think they're so afraid of failure that they don't act at all. And having the conversation, making failure something that's just accepted as part of the human experience, normalizes it a little bit. People go, oh, you know what? People are failing all the time, and it's okay. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't mean I'm a failure. It just means the project didn't work out.
There is one rule, don't run out of cash, right? We ran out of money. We got to a place where we said, look, we're out of money, we've downsized to a team of 3, we've been off a payroll for almost a year. We can't make this work. It was one of those moments where everything comes to a T and you realize the thing that I've built, the identity that I've created, the company that is my baby and means everything to me, may not do the thing I wanted to do. It may not be the success I wanted it to be.
When we start being vulnerable, empathetic, and authentic, people start sharing their failure and analyzing your personal failures. It's a lot about self-awareness that brings you to shame. Failure is hard, is difficult, is shameful, and painful.
So, for the last year, I've been shutting down my company. This is the first time I've talked about it in a venue like this. As of last week, we shut down the last 2 bank accounts that we had open of thousands.
What it means to be in a moment where you're a leader of a business and have failed. And you now have to personally tell all of your employees that they no longer have a job, that their families no longer have an income.
You're not gonna hear people giving you corporate lines, spinning their stories.
Fail fast, fail cheap.
Yeah, I mean, all that stuff is kind of good, but it's like, it's not real and authentic, right? Failure sucks. And it hurts yourself, it hurts other people, but sometimes it's unavoidable.
I think what's interesting is everybody tells you how to start up a company. Nobody tells you how the fuck to shut down a company, right? Like nobody tells you that. Where's the book that says, this is how you wind down a thing? And I'm here today to say I don't know what the next thing is. I don't know how this resolves. We all want these, I learned this thing from this story. I've looked back and you see some of the insights, but realistically, this is where I am today in this moment, figuring out what the fuck is next, and that's tough.
People in general are just so hungry for no bullshit.
I think Fckup Nights provides that venue where all types of people can come together and be united about a topic and learning from failure, because that's really, you know, the focus is to learn, it's to be more mindful. It's not to dwell on the F word, it's not to dwell on the failures. It's really to have those genuine, honest, unfiltered conversations. And we think the Fckup Nights movement is really tapping into that and providing venues for people to do that.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, give it a like and subscribe to Freethink now for more great videos every week.